you guys, I have survived my wisdom teeth removal. Now, I was scared for a really good reason. If you heard the story time situation, then you know why. But I'm here and I'm good. It's like 4 days later and I'm actually really, really good. I'm not medicated at the moment, which is awesome. I have my stitches in still. They popped, but they're still there. And I'm still kind of sore, but we're going to power through this video because I really, really, really want to film. I miss filming. I pre-film so you guys get to see videos, but I miss doing what I do every single day. So I wanted it to kind of like film a foundation wear test for you guys today. And then I'll film some other things, of course, but I'll take it easy. Now, placed an order over at the Ipsy shops. I ordered 3 items. I wanted an Ace Beauty palette and they didn't send it, so they gave me a refund. Like, I was like, what is going on? I'm missing my palette. However, I snagged the Far Solid Unicorn Essence. I'm not gonna feature this in today's video. This is not a new product. I've owned this in the past, but mine went bad. So I figured snag a new one. I ended up getting this, I think it was like 12 bucks. And then I snagged the Laura Geller foundation, which is what we're going to do a wear test on today. But really quickly, I'm excited because I'm like rebuilding my Far Solid collection. I still need to get this one in full size. I have a few backups, but nonetheless, we're getting there and I'm really, really excited. Every time I see something Far Solid, I need to snag it. The Laura Geller foundation is the color correcting foundation. This is their Baked and Balanced. Baked, Balance, and Brightening color correcting foundation. I got mine in the shade Sand. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard of the Laura Geller brand. They have some beautiful, beautiful products, but it's not one of those brands that is extremely hyped. And you don't find it over at Sephora and or on Ulta. You're mainly gonna find it over at the Laura Geller website itself or at qvc.com. I am looking online to see if there's any other retailers. I mean, Macy's, and Macy's has a limited variation of product that they offer. So let's go over to the Laura Geller website directly. The Laura Geller website has it available in 9 different shades. As I said, mine is in Sand. They have like this little point missing to make 4 stars out of 15,414 reviews directly over at the Laura Geller website. It says dermatologist approved, National Psoriasis Foundation recognized. It supports the National Rosacea Society 2022 Beauty Awards QVC Customer Choice winner. And I've also seen a handful of creators raving about this foundation over on TikTok. Rose and Ben also did a full-on review. Now it's become an ad, but she did like a really good close-up of the product. I want to do a full wear test, but I want to give you guys some details to begin with. So it says it is perfect for mature skin, uneven complexion, fine lines, and wrinkles. Why you're going to love it. Adjusts to match your skin. It provides a natural finish. It is made for all skin types. It has a creamy texture, a weightless feel, light to medium coverage. It is award-winning and is handmade in Italy. Now, this is where it got a little funny because I was not sure which shade would work for me. I know I don't have mature skin. I get it. But if it works for mature skin and it's supposed to look beautiful, why wouldn't it look good on any skin, you know? So I figured we're gonna pull our hair back and we're gonna try this baby today. The foundation retails for $36 and I got it off of the Ipsy shops for just $24. They had it available in maybe like 4 to 5 different shades. It was kind of difficult for me to narrow down the shade that was gonna work for me. I wasn't sure if I needed tan, if I needed sand, so I kind of went with sand. I'm hoping it's gonna work out. Now, as per usual, I'm gonna prep the skin with a very mild primer. Now, this primer is not going to change the finish or the effect of the foundation. It's just gonna create a barrier between the foundation itself and my skin's natural oils and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be using the Cover FX Water Cloud Primer. It's also anti-pollution. It's not a hydrating primer. It's not a tacky primer. It's a basic primer and my skin is nice and clean. I wanna see what this is gonna look like on the skin considering I have these 2 little breakouts right here and I don't do powder foundations. You guys already know I'm more of a liquid and or a mousse foundation kind of girl, but I don't mind trying a powder. Nothing against powders. I just kind of like the application of liquids better. And so you'll know I mean business. I'm pulling my hair back for reals, for reals. Here is our foundation. The packaging features a mini mirror and that is our shade Sand. Typically the shade Sand is for fairer skin, so this here seems a little on the tan side. I'm going to use a brush. I would normally go in with a beauty sponge, but when it comes to powdered foundations, brushes work best. So I am dipping my brush into it, kind of swirling it. I'm gonna kind of go like this just in case. I'm not necessarily tapping, I'm just kind of like whooshing. And then I'm going to begin to pat this onto the skin. Now remember, this is to provide light medium coverage. I'm only gonna do half of the face, and we're gonna see what that looks like. I'm pressing it onto the skin mainly because I do have a primer. So I wanna make sure that I have even coverage. I don't wanna swirl quite yet because at times, depending on the formula, it could get patchy in certain areas. So it's best to just kind of press it onto the skin. This is the half that is covered. It's definitely more matte. It's slightly darker, or is it balanced? On camera, it looks pretty balanced. In person, it kind of looks a little like a tinge darker. Not that I can't pull it off. It just looks like a blank canvas at this point. It did even out my skin complexion here. I'm usually redder. As you guys can see, I'm pretty red here, dark around here, red here. It kind of looks like I have nothing on my skin, so I'm not mad at it. Let's look really close up. You know, it doesn't look dry. It doesn't look patchy. It literally looks like second skin. Now, you guys know we're all about keeping it real here, so I need to let you guys know that prior to me filming this video, I did complete a microdermabrasion treatment on my skin. So I removed pretty much all the dead skin I could off of my face this morning. So would I look the same if I hadn't done that? I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'm not 100% sure. And if I had dry patches, would it look the same? I'm not sure. So it's one of those situations where I would have to continue to try this and wait till I have a patchy spot and kind of apply it there and see what happens. I'm gonna go ahead, swirl again, and begin applying on the other side. I'm trying not to tap too hard because in this area, I'm in pain. So when I go on pretty like rough, I feel it. Trust me, I feel it. It's weird because it seems like the perfect color match for me. So here is the moment of truth, guys. I have that little dark spot there. It's not dry, it's just kind of like a little pimple and it's red. So let's kind of tap product on there. Okay, it hit it for me. You can still kind of see that there's a bump, but it's not red. So I was able to build enough to cover that. But how about this one over here? We're going to kind of go back in and see. Let's just kind of tap product on there and see what it does. It almost seems like every time I have to do a wear test, it kind of works out to where I have little like breakouts and we could really see how foundation is gonna wear on those areas. It's like amazing. Okay. I keep pressing and this is like the best that we get with the foundation. You still see a dark spot, but it doesn't look so intense or crazy. I'm looking in the mirror. It doesn't look dry. It just looks like, oh, you have a scab. Like up close, it doesn't look like a crunchy dry spot. So this is what we're gonna look like right now. It is 11:37 a.m. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my face. I'm going to see what it's gonna look like once I apply like concealer and a liquid blush and a cream bronzer. I just wanna see how the powder is gonna work with other formulas. I'll finish off the face and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I am back. It took me a quick minute. I had to film like a few other reels, girl. This lippy is a beautiful shade. I just had it in front of me. It's a beautiful shade. It's not part of this video, so it doesn't matter. I did a reels, shorts, all of that. So you might want to go check it out. But it's an Urban Decay lip balm. You guys need to try these. This, way better than Gaga's brand. It's only $1 more. And it's like, for real, it doesn't, it's dry. And it's not gonna move on you. But anyway, if you want a full-on wear test on maybe a different shade or this one, let me know and I'll film a video on that. Let me take a swig, hold on. I'm gonna show you the product that I use on my face so that you'll see that I did play around with different formulas. The concealer is my Absolute Concealer by Ofra Cosmetics. I went in with the Brightening Banana Powder by Ofra Cosmetics. My bronzer is going to be the ABH Cream Bronzer in Caramel. For the blush, I didn't actually like blush. I ended up mixing around and playing with the 3 Bennett tints. I used Flora tint, the original Bennett tint, And then, not this one, hold on. And then Cha Cha Tint. If anything, I also have that on the eyeballs and it looks beautiful. It's a stain, but it goes on as a liquid. So I definitely put this foundation to the test. I applied a liquid concealer, powdered that. I went in with a very loose consistency stain, applied that on the cheeks. I went in with the cream. So girl, we're really gonna take a look at what this looks like. And by the way, my mirror is all the way back there, so I have no idea what it's really gonna look like. We're gonna see it close up together. I haven't had a chance to like really look at it, so there's no touching up or anything like that. Let's see. Okay, okay, so far it looks good. Under the eye, it's not patchy. It transitioned from powder on top of a liquid to like regular powder well. This here, which is where I applied the bronzer and then the stain, it definitely looks like I applied something on top of a powder, but it looks flawless. It looks seamless. It doesn't look chunky, so I don't mind that. In this area, sometimes powders look kind of bumpy, kind of like it's settled. We're not there yet. I suspect though, I may be wrong, I suspect that it will look like that eventually. We'll see. And usually powders settle here on me, so we'll see how that looks. This here is a weird area because since I had that bump, you know, I always apply concealer there. I wasn't gonna do anything different or treat this foundation any more special than any other one. So I did apply some concealer on top of the powdered foundation, and then I powdered on top of that. It definitely looks like I built up product, but it doesn't look chunky yet. And then when I went in with my bronzer, the foundation kind of came off of here. It still looks good. I'm not mad at it. Right now it's 12:20. It played fairly well with other products, but it's also gonna depend on how it's gonna wear with those products on top of it throughout the day. 12:20 p.m. I have some other videos that I need to film. I have to go run an errand. So we'll see what this looks like in a few hours. Here is a quick update. It is 2:50 p.m. so almost 3 o'clock. So a few hours in, I'm gonna say like what, 2 hours in or so. Looking in the mirror, we're looking kind of dewy here and here. It hasn't settled. It hasn't shifted. We're definitely looking dewy, but not a dewy hot mess. I don't look greasy. It doesn't look bad. It looks healthy and radiant. So it's dewy, but like healthy and radiant. I've had lunch. I fought with Cam, my 2-year-old, because she was just being Cam. I went through a few PR packages. So your girl has been busy. I still haven't gone out into this humid heat that we're having in Florida. It feels like 107 outside. So we'll see what that looks like later on, and that'll be my final update. But as of right now, I mean, you know, we're here. It's looking good for a powder. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 8:33 p.m. and we're looking at Hot Mess Express. Yes, my lashes are gone. Don't judge me. I made a beef stew, some rice, and some fried plantain, so of course the lashes weren't gonna stay. Like, the glue was there to stay, but I just couldn't focus. Like, they were just very fluttery. Beautiful, but very fluttery for the kind of dinner that I was cooking, so I pulled them off. Nonetheless, this video is not about the lashes, but about the foundation. So I'm going to bring you guys up close and we're going to take a look at what it's looking like up close and personal. But just by looking at it, girl, we're looking at a greasy hot mess. Aside from looking extra dewy, I'm focusing on whether or not it's shifted, it's settled, it's moved around, and it has not. I'm actually pretty impressed with the fact that it's still holding up strong. Like, I'm not mad at it. And this here, right here, these are the 2 points of... First of all, the under eye is insane. That's... wow. That coverage is bizarre. Okay. But these 2 areas here, you can tell there's something going on, but it's not emphasizing it in an ugly way. It's not settling around those edges, and it's not looking extra dry or patchy. It's just looking like, oh, okay, we have a little situation going on, and that's kind of like it. In my opinion, it still looks like second skin. It just looks extra dewy. Now remember, the primer that I use is not a hydrating primer, but it's also not a mattifying primer. So it was mainly gonna help my foundation kind of stay put for a long period of time. This is what we're gonna do. I'm going in with the brush, no additional powder, and I'm just gonna pat that on one side of my face. Almost like going in and powdering the skin, but not, because I'm not going in with extra powder. I just kind of want to see if adding additional powder, I mean, of course, it's gonna look better, but is it going to look cakey? icky? Is it gonna lift in a weird way? By the way, I haven't touched up my lipstick all day. It's faded slightly, but it's still there for sure. Even going in with whatever was left on the brush, now I gotta wash the brush. It looks so good. Like, you would never know I was this dewy. So we're extra dewy and then not so much, just radiant and pretty. Let's do a close-up look. Yeah, it genuinely doesn't look bad. It looks really good. Even going on top of this powder is actually amazing. Now we're looking at almost a full day's wear. I'm so impressed. Again, no additional product. I'm gonna go in with whatever's left on the brush. Now remember, I don't touch up in between. The whole point of a wear test is so that I can show you what it's gonna look like hours and hours throughout the day with different kinds of product on top of it. And I forgot to remind you guys, and for those of you who are new, I have normal combination skin. I can get away with just wearing a moisturizer and don't have to do a primer. But these summer months here in Florida have been intense. I mean, all over the world, it's been freaking hot. So a primer was a must this time around. This looks so yucky. Anyway, I really like this powdered foundation. You guys, I'm gonna say, I know this has been created specifically for mature skin, but girl, it works for mature skin. It's gonna look beautiful under the eye, around your crow's feet. It's not gonna settle, but everyone can use it. It's gonna be for everyone. It looks stunning. I highly recommend it. And I know the price point is higher, but if you can get it off of Ipsy, it's only $24. Girl, that's a deal. This is gonna be a hot buy 100%. If you've tried this foundation, please let us know in the comment section below. Let us know what your experience is and your skin type so that we'll have a better idea as to whether it's gonna work for certain people versus others. And if you're new here, I wanna invite you to join a little family here on the YouTube by hitting the subscribe button below. I upload 6 days out of the week because I wanna make sure I have fun, ongoing content at all given times. I'm gonna go ahead and recommend 2 videos here on screen. I'm hoping you'll consider checking out. And if you do, I will see you guys over there. Bye, guys.